And finally, the wait is over. It's Tuesday again, and we are here to give you quite a show. So let the show begin. And it is Tuesday, and you are here in the IP studio, in the basement of our HQ in Oslo, Norway. Welcome, and of course, welcome to you, Damian.
Thanks, good to be back.
Of course, it's always great to have you here.
Yeah.
And today we are talking about some very interesting technologies.
Yeah, stuff that we developed here at Bridge Tech that we think our customers could hear about. A little bit of a refresher, some of the technologies we have, some of the technologies we've developed over the time.
This is excellent, and it's not only us two.
Yeah.
We do have help from the amazing Phil, one of our absolute senior, or actually the senior technical engineer. So hello, Phil.
Hello.
That is great. We're going to get great help today.
Yeah.
Holy Moses. So first of all, let's start from the top.
Yeah.
We have an interesting thing called the MediaWindow.
Yeah.
And that has been with us
for a long, long time.
Holy Moses. I think from the absolute first product.
Yep.
And what is the MediaWindow?
So the MediaWindow is a good way to visualize what's going on in the stream at a packet level or a sort of stream level.
It was actually one of the first things we did to make it easy to understand its weird packet behavior.
Yeah. It's easy to visualize stuff because when you see counters going up and down, you don't necessarily get a good idea of what's happening with a stream.
No.
But when you see it visualized with a reference with different variables against each other, it's easy to see and visualize what's going on in a stream.
Well, since we have the wonderful Phil here to show us, maybe you can show us an example on the MediaWindow, Phil.
Sure, yeah.
Here we go. That's actually an example of the MediaWindow. We can see then to the left is the micro video MediaWindows, if you call it, which means that you can see a lot of them on one page, and then you have the zoomed in version, which can also then go in real time.
Yeah.
And Phil, isn't this basically then showcasing that particular MediaWindow? Isn't that you know, the inter-arrival time of the packets, and of course if you have packet drops?
Yes, it is showing that. There's no packet loss on this graph at the moment, but above the line we can see the inter-arrival time, the peak inter-arrival time of each second.
Wow, this is pretty useful. And Damian, you know, one of the reasons why it was developed was basically to be able then to discern if the problem, because if you have a packet issue or something wrong with some form of equipment, it looks the same on the television in the receiving end.
Yeah.
So the main goal was basically to find out was it in the transport, that means a packet drop, or was it in the production gear?
Yeah.
Maybe a MUX, maybe a decoder, or an encoder for that matter.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, you can see it very easy with the correlation then of you know, packet drop and inter-arrival time increase. Then obviously it's in the transport.
Yeah. And one of the good things about the micro timeline is we actually store 4 days worth of data.
Yeah.
So you can go back. So when you come in on a Monday, customers have been complaining about streams on the weekend. You can go back in time and say, okay, yes, we did have some packet loss on that stream. And that caused the problems, and that can then report back and say, yeah, that's why our customers had problems.
Oh, this is excellent. Well, I say it's in every single product that we manufacture.
Every single product.
It's got that wonderful, you know, MediaWindow. That's very fine. Let's move on, because we have another feature that I'm not sure everybody is aware of, and that's the famous RDP.
Yep, or return data path.
Oh, of course, yes. We love acronyms, don't we?
We do.
Oh my goodness, I get acronym, you know, overload sometimes. But yeah, and we do have some capabilities on that. So Phil, you have the user interface in front of you there, and I can actually see that there is that a forwarding or a recording going on?
This is a forwarding, relaying of a stream. So we're picking up this stream TV6 here, and we're just forwarding the packets to this destination.
That is very, very useful because obviously, you can then say that you want actually to take, eyeballs on that stream on some remote location, and you can redirect it home and have a look at it.
So that's one of the benefits, is that you can send a stream home, so you can use it on a local decoder or another probe to watch it on TV or a VLC or something.
Yeah.
So actually check that the stream's okay. And this applies to all of our products as well. So any stream coming in can then be relayed back home to a workstation or a NOC or something like that. Support both unicast, multicast, and then we can put it on any of our internet interfaces.
It's super cool. So that means that you can have a local terrestrial feed into a probe and actually redirect that home.
Yep. And we can also do service filtering, PID filtering, everything like this as well. So we can send back whatever we want. And that's the relay mode. We also have the record mode.
That is what I was leading up to, because that record mode is pretty fancy.
Yeah. So what we can do is we can either record a TS from one of the inputs, or we can actually have a trigger-based recording based on an alarm in our system. So if you'd have a problem stream that you're having trouble trying to get the exact capture when something happens, we can set an alarm trigger, capture that. We have a moving window, so we can capture both before and after the alarm, and then you can take that offline for debug afterwards.
Well, that means that basically there's no worrying about capturing errors here.
No.
I say, Phil, do you have an example of that user interface for captures?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
So here you can see on the left-hand side in the record, you can see the different triggers. So we have all three different triggers based, and that's every alarm in the probe.
Holy Moses.
And you can also do manual recordings as well.
Yeah. Oh, this is very, very useful. And you say it's a rolling window, so it's basically you can have before and after the error.
Yep, which is always tricky because sometimes the alarm will come a little bit before, a little bit after the error. So it's important to have a capture of the whole event, not just exactly when that alarm is being raised.
Oh boy. And of course, you can then download these files directly from your browser.
And then play them back in any other off-the-shelf software tool.
Yep, no, it's a pretty powerful feature, I say.
Yep.
Well, moving on, we got more recording, because now we're talking about, even deeper packet capture here.
Yeah.
We're talking about PCAP, of course.
PCAPs. Yes, so PCAPs, packet captures, is a extremely low-level packet capture of what's going on in your Ethernet interface.
Yeah.
It captures all the data about the stream, so something that may be missed by the probe, something that's not DVB specific or something there, you can capture that in a PCAP and then take it offline for debug or playback to
because
recreate the stream.
I have one favorite that I've been using for, I think, more than 20 years now, Wireshark, which is it's a free tool.
Free tool.
And it can go so deep as you want it, but it needs to be fed, of course, which is the amazing thing of the PCAP feature.
And all the timing is there as well. You can see exactly when the packets come in. You can do offline analysis. You can do a lot of fancy scripting on that raw file.
And the cool thing with, Phil, show us the interface on this one. Because, again, you can set a lot of parameters.
Yep.
And you can, as you say, filter out.
Yep. So we can filter on specific multicasts. We can filter on specific sources. And then start the capture and the capture when we're ready. And it's all saved on disk for you.
It is wonderful, and that also means that, because the alternative is that one engineer actually travels out to the place with his laptop and connects to the same router or switch to be able to do that.
Yeah, it gets messy.
It gets very messy.
Expensive.
But here you can do it remote.
Correct.
Holy Moses. It's a very, very powerful feature.
Yeah, and this is one of the features we've also taken over to our new probes as well. So this is a part of the uncompressed probes, and we've seen valuable troubleshooting help for that.
It's PCAPs have been with us for, I think, about 10 years.
Yeah. Yep. It's a good technology.
Oh boy, very, very good. Let's also talk about one more feature, because there's always, one more thing here, and that is FSM. What's FSM?
Full service monitoring.
Yeah.
So what this allows us to do is to take in third-party equipment.
Yeah.
So in this day and age, you may have some equipment that's on the edge that doesn't have its own management interface.
No.
So then we can take alarms from that. So we can both ping to see if it's alive, and we can also do basic HTTP requests to get information out of a server to check if it's alive. And then we can raise alarms based on that information and report it back.
That is absolutely wonderful. And let's see the GUI for this, because this is basically then the standard ping mechanism. And you know, it's super important to be able to have ping from a specific location.
Yeah.
Not only from your laptop through the routed system out to the edge. You can actually now ping from the edge and inward.
And you're also dealing with some possible legacy systems. So in terms of security, we can ensure that you don't have to connect that third-party equipment to a management network where it may not be secure.
No.
So we can do the security for you. We can do the ping and report back through our management interface to VBC, for example.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Well, on this show, we basically, and this program, obviously, we really are quite introvert now. We're digging our own features, which is kind of cool. I like it. I like it.
Dig into the really nitty-gritty stuff that we do.
No kidding. That is pretty fantastic. Anything else you would add of the usability, Phil, from the FSM perspective?
Maybe a little bit. We can actually go slightly deeper than just pinging the network. We can send an HTTP request to a specific URL on a device, and then we can also check that we get some data in the reply that we're expecting. So we can actually do things like verify that device is not just up and running, that its web server is working, and it's replying with some kind of identifier so we know what it is.
Wow. Yeah, it's super useful, no doubt about that. You know, just to make sure that all your equipment is actually plentiful alive before somebody calls. That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I say. Well, this was you know, a short run through of some of the essentials. I hope that you liked it. And of course, thank you, Phil, for joining us. That has been truly magnificent. I hope that you can join the show more times and show, you know, the in-depth knowledge here.
Yeah. And if there are any questions, just send us an email.
That is true.
We're always open to help customers set up these sorts of things.
Yep.
So just send us an email, ask us any questions, and we can help you, guide you through.
That is perfect. And thank you, Damian, for joining tonight's show.
Yep.
This was it for this Tuesday. Don't forget to tune in next Tuesday for a new show from our IP studio in the basement of our HQ in Oslo, Norway. And with that, we bid you farewell and have a wonderful Tuesday.